Thanks for joining us at the table. I'm Fiona. Joining me for a chat today is the wonderful Rachel.
Yes, yes.
The fabulous Rachel. We've got both our Rachels today. And also the so stunning Miss Julie. Good to see you, ladies.
Thank you.
You too.
Yes. It's been a while. We haven't seen you for a while.
No, I haven't been here for a while.
Yeah.
Good to be back.
Yes,
Yeah.
it is good to be back.
Yeah.
Thanks. It's good to see all you ladies, actually. Look, first we're going to be talking about how a business in Sydney, the Bahista Cafe, made 30% increase in terms of their sales. We'll also be talking about food packaging, and we've got Samia Egelbrecht in the studio. She is the founder of Easy Lace Up. So do stick around. We've got some great recipes. Mandy Makes is on the set, and keep it locked because we've got a giveaway as well. But first up, it's time for some quick topics with the ladies. So let's get this party started. Who here has a middle name that they want to share with us? Do you have a middle name?
Yeah, it's Jeanette. Like it's a name.
Were you named after anyone in particular?
Yes, I was named after my grandmother. So her name was Jean, and they sort of made it Jeanette. And I've named my daughter. Her middle name is Jean as well, to sort of carry that down as well.
Oh, okay.
I'm into sort of the names that carry on heritage and family. So yeah, I like it.
And did you name your daughters? Did you carry it on with your daughters, the middle name as well? Or?
Yep. One of my daughters has my name. Like all their middle names
Yes.
have some significance with family, either me or above. Yeah.
Yeah. What about you, Julie?
We have a family heritage of Horace in our family.
Okay.
It stopped at my generation. No, my middle name is Anne after my grandmother, who was Annie.
Right. And your
Yep.
mother or father named you gave you that middle name as well, or do you know? Or it's just a family name?
Just a
that they
family
pass on?
name, yeah.
Rachel.
I just have the typical 80s middle name, which is Nicole. I feel like Nicole
Nicole.
was just this popular 80s name.
Yep.
And I got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
But
was
with,
just the name that your mum liked.
yeah, but with Jax, we gave him middle names from both sides of our family. So from
Right.
Pete's side, Pete's middle name, John. And then from my side, I have two grandfathers on either side named Elijah. So
Right.
we just passed on that.
Oh, I like Elijah. I've got a nephew named Elijah.
Oh, nice.
My middle name's Faye. It's the English version of Faye Tuay, which is named after my mum. And I named my daughter, my eldest daughter, Faye Tuay as well. So I guess it's about passing on.
Oh, we're all
you said.
traditionalists here.
The connection with the heritage you've come from.
But as long as you don't name too long, because when you fill out those legal documents, it can get quite complicated.
write 'em all down.
Yeah, you've got to have the right amount of boxes.
Yeah.
Moving on, ladies. Now, this has been a debate for a long time, in fact, decades, right? Pineapple on pizza.
Love it.
Yes.
Yes or no?
Definitely yes.
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 Are we all yes?
Oh, yes.
Yes,
Where's-
it adds that
what's
nice
the debate?
sweetness to it. Yeah, I
Exactly.
like it.
A lot of people. There's a social media forum against having pineapple on pizza. I don't know.
Is
what
there?
Yeah.
Who are those people?
Yeah. I don't
So they say
understand
it
it at
doesn't
all.
belong, like it's sweet, and it makes
Yeah.
the base soggy. So I myself like that sugary taste with the acidity.
Yeah,
with the,
love it.
I like it with olives, so pineapple and olives because it's sweet and salty.
You like the salty. Yeah. I like that break.
Pineapple's
as well.
big in America on pizza.
Yeah, they are. I don't even know where the debate is. It's called Hawaiian pizza, actually.
Yes,
Yeah.
actually,
We
the
have that.
first Hawaiian pizza was made in Canada, in Toronto.
Sounds
course.
It
right.
doesn't sound
Of
as
course.
great to say.
I was going to say, those Canadians, right? And I was thinking, Rach, what are you going to say about that? Okay, ladies, coriander, yay or nay?
No.
Really?
No. And again, no.
Why?
I like coriander.
Because I feel like we've had this conversation before. Like, I grew up in New Guinea, and to me, I connected back to stink beetles.
Right. And what do they taste like?
I didn't taste them, but smell and
For those
taste.
that haven't grown up in Papua New Guinea.
Didn't eat them, wasn't that game. But just the smell and the connection with it and the taste of coriander, I'm like, no, don't go there.
And
Not a fan.
No.
Not a fan of the flavour.
So what about if it's in a curry or if it's in a soup of
If
some
it's
sort?
hidden, maybe. But, yeah.
I do love a coriander sandwich, like in my chicken rolls.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I love it.
Quite refreshing.
I don't mind it
There's
at all.
apparently a genetic, a gene that people carry, and if you
Heard that.
carry it, it apparently tastes like soap. Coriander tastes like soap.
That's what I've heard is the
That's
soap
what I
as
heard.
well.
What gene am I carrying?
Yeah, but I love it. I actually love it. Look, moving on, we take you to an article in the Sydney Morning Herald. It actually talked about an cafe in Sydney called the Bahista Cafe, where they introduced facial recognition technology. Now, this cafe has seen business boost 30% since they introduced it. And what happens is you walk up to the barista, your name comes up, your favourite order, and whether you're due for a loyalty reward like a free cup of coffee or whatever the case might be. Ladies, facial recognition technology. Are you for it, pro, against it? Are you comfortable with it?
You know what? What I work in is in the digital space and in technology, but I'm so against this idea. And I think that, we're giving up just having someone know what your order is in order to be able to recognize your face and have it in a database.
Yeah.
I'm so against the idea.
I know the owner of this cafe actually, he created it. It's called Noah's Face, and so your name comes up on the iPad and all your details. So you're not comfortable with it, Rach?
Well, I know that people like commented afterward and said, you know, if you can't learn my name, then I'm not coming to you. No, that's not okay. But the reality is, it's in the city. There are a lot of people who are going to come every day. Not all of us are good with remembering names and faces. If this helps him deliver better customer service, that's a great thing. Having said that, you've got the whole Big Brother debate, and that's a pain in the neck as well. So I don't know which way to lean. I wouldn't want it personally. If I walked in the shop, I'd be like, no, thank you, I'm off the list.
Yeah, well, they do give their patrons the choice to be on this list or not.
Yeah, they do.
I like they give them the choice. I don't think it would worry me so much. I'd like facial recognition for myself. I have so much trouble remembering people's names. Only.
But what about customer service? Good old customer service where, you walk into your local shop, your local cafe, even as a worker. I know cafes that the barista knows your name and they know your coffee after hot chocolate. So
but it's nice when they know you and your order, isn't it?
Well, you think I've been here too often sometimes.
I think from a business perspective, it's perfect. It's amazing. But I mean, if you start extending that to every part of our lives, and I think it's basically going to be Minority Report, but in our real lives. Because, Minority Report, every time someone was recognized, they'd advertise to them. So all of this information eventually will be in this huge database. And as we're walking, all of the ads that are going to come at you because they know what you search for online, the coffee that you drink.
It already is.
It already is.
It is, but when the databases are all put together and all this information is like, I know this is the direction of the world and the way we're going. And I work in, all of this space, but I'm saying personally, it's something that I'm not.
You're not
I'm not comfortable with, especially going into my cafe, my local cafe. I don't put any value on someone knowing what my order is already. I'm happy to tell you.
Name. Yeah.
No, I'm happy to tell you what my order is. Like, it doesn't bother me to take those 30 seconds to say,
Is that what it is? Is it a time issue? Is that what's going on here? So they just implement these facial recognition technology in the hope that, we get...
For a cafe it might be, but, at an airport it's going to be security, isn't it? And they're going to want to know who's coming to their airport, that sort of thing, so...
Yeah. Well, I know that there's, I think the Apple iPhone that actually already uses your face to open the iPhone. And in China, they use it a lot.
I mean, the technology's there. Like, even when you go to large events, when you, any kind of large event, or they're already using this technology for security purposes. So it's not we're debating something that may or may not come in.
No, it's happening.
It's already happening.
But you can't have security and privacy, it seems.
So do you think we need to regulate it? Like, should the government, start putting rules and regulations?
Yeah, let's get the government involved. They've got our back.
Well,
they already do.
Our information's already on cyberspace. When you think of all the apps that you have to download and use, you put all your personal information on that anyway.
Well,
so
I don't think I put much out there on social media, but it still scares me how specific the ads are that come up when I'm looking on something. I think, how do you know that about me?
It's because of all the things you're clicking on. They have all these profiles. So it's just going to,
But I don't think I do much, but it gets it right, which is a bit scary.
Yeah, I think it's quite interesting. What do you think about facial recognition technology? Do you even care? We'd love to hear your thoughts. Drop us a line on Facebook, Instagram or YouTube. Don't forget thetabletv.com is where it's at. You can find more of our conversations there. But now, Mandy Makes is on. She's making a magnesium foot scrub. Let's check this out.
After a long day at work, it is so nice to come home and put your feet up. So I'm going to show you how to make a really simple magnesium foot scrub to help rest those tired feet after a long day at work. For this foot scrub, you will need half a cup of Epsom salts. You're also going to need half a cup of magnesium chloride flakes. So the magnesium is really going to help soothe those tired feet. And we're going to have 1/4 cup of oil. I like to use sweet almond oil. Some Castile soap to help clean your feet and make them smell nice. And lastly, I'm going to add in about 10 to 15 drops of my peppermint essential oil. Right, that's all of our ingredients, so I'm just going to give that a good stir. Your mixture should be fairly moist. If your mixture is too dry, it's just going to clump up and it's going to be really hard to massage into your feet. Just like that, we have whipped up an amazing magnesium foot scrub to rest and relax those tired feet. I hope you've enjoyed this simple hack. Let us know on our Facebook page at The Table TV Show if you give this a go. We would love to hear from you. See you next time.
Interesting. What do you think, Rach? Something you're going to do when you get home?
Well, I mean, A, I'd rather go to the spa and have someone do it, but B, I wish they would have actually had, something here for us to do.
Demonstrating on us.
Yeah.
I actually read this interesting thing. If you're low on magnesium, you crave chocolate. Yeah, and it's linked to diabetes. Hello. Gestational diabetes, where you at?
Just eat the chocolate.
I know. And that linked to chocolate as well. Yeah. All makes sense. Yep. So get that magnesium into you.
There must be a lot of magnesium missing in our society.
Oh, yes, most definitely. Most definitely. Need to get that. No, get the magnesium, not the chocolate. Anyway, moving on. Ladies, we talk about an article that came up in the UK. It was of an Aussie mum who came under fire because she said that she wasn't comfortable with her partner bathing her daughters. Now, she was comfortable with him bathing her son, but when it came to her daughters, she had an issue with them having different body parts to the father, the husband. Ladies, is this really the kind of day and age that we live in? Do you think she's crazy, or is this a valid excuse of why you shouldn't get your partner, to bathe or look after your children?
I've never thought of this as being an issue before, I have to say. My husband actually bathed my first daughter for a month when she first came home because I was too scared I was going to break her.
Like
so I said, no, you do it.
Yeah.
And, I was
you've
really...
got daughters.
Yeah, I've only got
older
2
now.
girls, so, it never occurred to me. I'm wondering whether this lady, maybe there's a history.
I was going to say, we don't know her journey.
Yeah,
we don't
and
know
I
where
think
she's come from.
I've never had any experience. There's never been any experience in our family, so it's not something that's ever entered my head. But, if you've come from that, it could be... because of something you've experienced.
Rach, what do you think?
Yeah, I was thinking, I think my initial reaction was, not one of sympathy, but when you're explaining it that way, Julie, I'm thinking, maybe there is some experience that she's had that we don't understand, but I don't know that I would have then shared it on social media.
I wondered
to
that
tell
too.
everybody about it and to try to get everyone in on this debate.
Everyone was angry at her for saying what she said.
I'm not exactly sure what her thinking was, as though everyone on social media was going to agree with her.
Maybe she thought they would.
Maybe she did.
Maybe
but
she sort of wanted to show her husband, because I know he
validate.
wasn't overly excited about it. He thought she was a little bit over the top on it as well.
But look what you're suggesting, to your husband, if you're saying that to him.
But she said she wasn't suggesting that.
But how is that going to make him feel?
It is, yeah.
My concern is the extra baggage that she's putting on those girls, that they are going to look at their father with a certain type of way because mum has raised them a certain type of way.
And I
then
think it's hard enough for men anyway. I think men can often be looked at that way.
Didn't
with
Matt
everything that's
Damon,
happening.
Matt Damon, the actor in America, recently came out something saying that, a lot of men are looked at like creeps these days. Even though they're the fathers.
Yeah,
and
it's sad.
It's sad. It is
really
sad. And it's the way, I guess, are we becoming... What kind of a society are we becoming?
But separating from that situation, all right, putting that one aside, it is true that when children are sexually abused, that about, I think 90% of them know the person. It's not a stranger, and then maybe even 60% of it is a family member.
And we're a society
and a lot of them are males. That's what stats
we're
tell us.
trying to prevent it. I think that's the society we're becoming because it's been so prevalent and the statistics and the stories are coming out. We are trying to prevent it, but there's a balance here, and we've got to be really careful because this is someone's life and these are kids' lives. So
and fathers need to be fathers, and girls need a father.
They do.
And they need a father in a different way than they need their mother.
If they don't have the father in the picture and you have an uncle or some other father figure,
significant male,
would you be okay, comfortable with them bathing your daughters?
Depends on the relationship you have with that person. It's going to be different each time, isn't it? I probably wouldn't. I'm like, you know what, that's my job. That's, I'm the one who wanted kids. I'm happy to do it. Like if I was on my own. Thankfully, my husband's really happy to sort of help out with everything, so...
I think it's an over-sexualization of that relationship as well, because you wouldn't think going to bathe a child that you'd need to even think about anything related to sex.
What concerns me is that she felt like that about the husband with the daughters. So what about her and the son?
Well, she felt like each parent should bathe
she
the
wasn't
child
comfortable bathing her son. Yeah, it's a bit concerning, and I don't know what was she thinking, but I think, she's probably got something that she needs to deal with. Unfortunately, it's been passed on to the children. What are ways that we can combat, predators when it comes to our children? Like listening to them, making sure that they're in safe environments. And
to make them feel that they're listened to and believed.
That's a big one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, and making sure we understand them and hear them, because too often we sweep it under the table.
Give them an opportunity to talk if they need
comfortable.
to.
Yeah, I totally agree. Look, interesting topic. Let us know what you think. Facebook, Instagram or YouTube us, thetabletv.com. But now we take you, still in the UK, to an article that talks about how Marks and Spencer, which is an upmarket grocer in the UK, they were selling cauliflower steaks that were wrapped up in plastic, but 3 times the cost of that of a normal cauliflower cauliflower that you just get off the shelf. How far have we gone in terms of, presenting convenient food for the consumer? Do you think we've gone too far? Do you care?
I didn't even think about this as an issue until, we were kind of talking about it.
Had to talk about it, yes.
But I guess, those few cuts of the blade and adding some plastic maybe for some people is worth that $3 if you're really busy.
Apparently in Australia, 20 to 30% of our fresh produce is dumped before it even hits the supermarket stores because of cosmetic reasons or doesn't suit the retailers or the customer. That's the reality. So like you, when I first thought about it, I was like, I'm so wasteful. Who really cares? For me, it's the bottom dollar. It comes down to the bottom dollar as a shopper. Julie?
I'm finding my daughter's generation is very much more aware of this kind of thing. She'll get onto me about it, which is good, because I don't think, we think about these kind of things enough. And I'm glad that she does that. But it's kind of funny. We're doing these convenience things and everything we have is to make life simpler, but we're more busy. We're spending more time on social media. We're spending more time on Netflix.
Well, that's what
But we can't chop up a cauliflower.
Well, that's right. Marks and Spencer,
Well,
in their
hang on.
defence, they said that. They said it was for convenient for vegetarians.
So meat eaters don't eat cauliflower.
I love cauliflower, so I want the whole thing, thanks. But if you think about people who are elderly and getting on, and that can be a challenge for them, it is easier to pick up just a portion that's already ready and do something with it as opposed to sort of chopping it up. So there might be a small audience for it. But if there are other people buying it, I would have to laugh.
They would be buying it. I think it's a different target market,
And
actually.
even the cost is 3 times more than you would of a whole, just getting a normal cauliflower.
The cost, I can't justify it just by the cost.
What gets me, though, is that we've got this great food that God made, but it's wrapped in plastic. For Pete's
Every
sake.
slice.
And I think also that we need to start thinking of our carbon footprint on the
Do we need to
environment.
wrap it in plastic?
So you wouldn't buy it, obviously.
Oh, no.
Yeah. What are ways that we can reduce our carbon footprint, I guess, on when we shop?
I feel like I'm learning them from this show. To be honest, I'm not plugging this show, but I feel like
you rage totally.
I'm like, where's my notepad? So
I'm like, you know what? We really should be caring about the environment because it's the future generations.
Wait till Jax is a bit older. He'll teach you.
He'll tell me.
Grow it.
And I think if Mel or Mary Ellen were on the show,
would
they'd be like all
definitely.
guns blazing.
Yeah.
But I think it starts from when they're young.
Yeah.
We need to start from home and teach our children these, recycling, using biodegradable products. and
Less
all that.
waste.
Less waste, less packaging.
My kids
show them
don't
a garden.
remember a time when we didn't have recycling bins.
Yeah. Look,
I do,
interesting. But look, we want to know what you think. Otherwise, how sustainable are you? But right now, Gia and Olive are cooking something that's very sustainable. Balsamic veggie skewers. Let's check this out.
I'm gonna eat it.
My husband is a genius. He came up with this awesome idea. I mean, people do it, but these taste amazing. They're veggie skewers, and he uses balsamic to brush them with, and then he puts them on the barbecue. And we had people over last Sunday, and they loved them. They devoured them, didn't they? Everyone loved them. And so we're gonna show you how to make one, or maybe you can make one and I can make one. Let's go. So we'll put a zucchini on first. Do you want to put a zucchini on first? You just want to eat them, okay. The trick to these is actually cutting everything up.
That's my one.
Okay. Cutting everything up the same size so that it cooks evenly. That's the trick. So everything can be chopped roughly into cubes, but as long as it's similar sizes so that it cooks well together and evenly. So I've just put zucchini, a cherry tomato, a delicious sweet pineapple. What else have we got? We got mushroom, red capsicum, yum. And for a bit of protein, we put tofu on there. Like, don't be scared of tofu. It's cholesterol free, it's high in protein, and it actually tastes nice on the grill with the balsamic and olive oil.
Mama, look at the little caterpillar one.
It is a caterpillar one. Are we gonna grill that one too? Okay, so you can join me outside when I put this on the grill. And that's it. That's the vegetable skewers. So you can make as many as you want for a party or when you're having people, or if you're going to a barbecue and you want to bring something healthy, there you go. In this bowl, we have balsamic, a 1/4 cup of balsamic and a 1/4 cup of olive oil. And we just brush some of it on top before you grill it. And then when you turn them around, once they've browned on the grill, Then you would put some more on the other side and keep grilling till they're nice and brown.
Don't forget to put some on mine.
Look at this. Who needs chicken kebab? So they were cooking for about 10 minutes. Don't they look amazing? We just can't wait to eat them. Take this to a barbie. Have a barbie for your friends, give them some healthy veggie skewers and they're gonna love it. Don't forget to go to our website, thetabletv.com, or go to follow us on Facebook, The Table TV Show. See you soon.
If you're after some more delicious and healthy recipes, I think we might have just what you're looking for. This great plant-based recipe book, Simple, Tasty, Good. It's absolutely free for our viewers here at the table. Limited numbers though. All you need to do is mention the book and give us your postal address so we can send it out to you again for free. Send us an email, hello@thetabletv.com. Or there's always the phone. If you're in Australia, the number is 1300 300 389. And for all our awesome Kiwi viewers, the number is 0800 694 673. Get busy. Ring us through. Not being biased to the Kiwi viewers, but just saying it is pretty good. Get your hands on that. But hey, now we have Samia Engelbrecht in the studio. She is the owner of EasyLaceUps.com and is helping many families and children learn how to tie their shoelaces, a struggle that most mums and dads might face around the nation. She's also a mother of four. So Samia, lovely for you to join us.
Thank you for asking me to come on.
Thanks for being here. Now, Samia, why did you start Easy Lace Ups?
Easy Lace Ups, it was started basically because I had a little one myself. One of my children had difficulty tying her shoelaces. She got to the point where she just wouldn't even go near shoes, and the school that she went to, they had to have lace-up shoes, and she had orthotics, so we had to have had to find a way to get around this. So So that's the reason why I started it. But at the end of the day, what it did was because she didn't want me to teach her anymore, she was just so over it, I actually had to ask her to just show me what she did. And when I saw that she had trouble seeing which bits of the lace went where, it was like the light bulb went on. I went, oh my goodness, I know what I have to do here. So I went away, made up a prototype, came back, and within 2 goes, she learned to tie her shoelaces. And the delight on her face was what really prompted me to go, I've got to get this out. The smile on her face, the light in her eyes, and it was like, I did it all by myself, and that was just priceless. It was precious.
Wow.
Yeah.
And so since starting Easy Lace Ups, how have you found it? Has it helped a lot of families? Do you see that a lot of mothers particularly are, interested in getting these shoelaces?
Yeah, look, I didn't know how it would go or how far it would reach, but I've had lots of parents interested in it. And occupational therapists have been interested in it as well. So, and I haven't had one person come back to me and say that they haven't worked. So that's a good thing.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah.
And I hear what you're saying, because my daughter's about to go into grade 1 and they are required to wear lace-ups. And I literally, the last few months, I've been dreading it because she's like, no, I can't get it. I'm done. She's not really someone, if she can't get it, she just gives it up. Baby's out with the bathwater here. And I'm like, okay. So when I heard of your laces, I was really excited to try it. And as you said, in 2 goes, she got it. And she hasn't worn any laces up until the last week. She's wearing laces everywhere now.
So Rach, you tried the Easy Lace Ups?
I did. Yeah, they're fantastic. It's a really simple idea what you've done. But I can tell you, her confidence just went boom. Wow. I was so excited.
Be so proud of herself.
She is. Yeah. Like, oh my goodness, these are perfect.
Yeah.
I see you've got some shoes there and the Easy Lace Ups. Can we have a look at how how it all works?
Yeah. So I thought I'd bring both shoes, because one I put with the conventional lace, just the single colour, and the other one with the Easy Lace Ups. And so they also come in a couple of different colours. Sometimes because of school colours, you've got to sort of be careful what you wear. You obviously need to check with the school anyway what the school colour policy is. But so I brought those along. So the way they work is it's unique in that it's 3 colours. So that's the threading guide there, that little colour in the middle there.
That yellow.
And, the yellow bit in there. And then you've got also the 2 different colours on each side, and I've labelled one side because sometimes there's aspects of colour blindness, and you have to have some way of being able to distinguish, you know, which bits go where. So with these laces, you can see, first of all, when you're trying to teach children how to tie their laces, they don't always get the processes. Their developmental stage is not ready to necessarily understand processes. You can't pick a shoelace tying up and say, okay, this is a shoelace tying. You can't, like, you pick a shoe up and say, this is a shoe. But so you can't, the process itself is difficult to get your head around and all the steps involved. Then you've got something that I learnt about later. So when you're tying, if you can see the colours, there's not much of a difference. So when you're tying the shoelaces, it gets really difficult to see which bits go where.
Yeah, and confusing, especially for their young brains.
Yeah, what I learnt that was visual figure ground difficulties. So being able to see the bits in the front from the background. And then you've got the issue of these little tube-like things. So fine motor grip is also an issue. And that's the other thing that OTs tell me. They use them for fine motor grip as well as teaching shoelaces. So what I've got here, what I put together was a way to be able to see which bits go where. You use the story that you like to explain to the children.
I was told the bunny rabbit ears.
Yeah, you can use the bunny rabbit ears. You can use any story that you like. So, but you can see very clearly where the laces go. And so you know, and this is the trickiest bit. You know, this is the bit that's the trickiest. But you can see the little tunnel and you can see the blue lace coming through. So whatever words you want to use with your child, you know, that's what you do. And so that's what makes them work. So you're catering for everything.
You also got a book there.
I do. I have a little book. It's called The Dance of the Coloured Shoelace, or Learning Lace Tying.
You wrote that book?
Shoelace. I wrote that, and it's rhyming because kids learn best with rhyme and repetition, and and that's what. And you know, I wrote it at the time that I taught my little girl, and so I use little whales and their tails. So it's
my girls
really
love
cute.
the whales. They're into the dolphins and whales, so that works.
So
perfect.
Tess has got tying shoelaces down pat now.
Scylla does. I'm going to attempt it with Tessa now. I have now the confidence to have the patience to do it with my children.
How old's Tess?
So Tess is 4.
Right.
So, yeah.
So soon.
Yeah, soon, definitely.
Yeah.
I'll have a crack.
It's brilliant how you've gone from a problem to this solution.
But isn't that what we as mums do?
Yeah.
We all do that. So but the thing that I like too about the colours is that when it comes to transitioning this learning to this, kids build up a mental picture of the sequence and the process that's involved. And I've asked kids, oh, what helped you to go from here to here? And they go, I can picture the colours and I know the steps.
Yeah.
And that helps. So that visualising and that, you know, getting all of those steps together and being able to go from here to here, that's what you want.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Samia, for joining us. Really appreciate the great tips that you have for a lot of mums and dads out there. Look, if you want to try out Easy Lace-Ups, look for our giveaway on social media. And don't forget, At the Table magazine comes out every month. Get your free copy. But until next time, God bless. Have a great week.